Welcome back, everyone. Today we're making one of my favorite recipes. This is broccoli cheese soup, but there's not actually any cheese in it, so it's more like broccoli no cheese soup. I just need to chop one medium onion. You can use yellow or white. When I was a kid, broccoli cheese soup was one of my favorite things to eat. One thing that I really missed when I went dairy-free is comfort foods, but this really hits the spot and you won't even miss the cheese. All right, so that's one onion chopped. We're gonna puree this and give it some texture in the Vitamix, so it doesn't really matter if it's perfectly chopped. And then I'm gonna grate my carrot. This just makes quick work of making your carrot small. And the orange flecks of the carrot actually makes it look like there's cheese in this soup. My eyes are watering from the onion. A little bit more. All right, and then 3 cloves of garlic. And again, we're gonna puree this, so just smash them open. This soup freezes beautifully too. There probably won't be any left, but if you have any left, you can keep it in the refrigerator for up to about 5 days, or you can freeze it. To make this soup really creamy like broccoli cheese soup, I've got 3 key ingredients. The first one is actually cauliflower. So broccoli and cauliflower are in the same family, of course, but the cauliflower will actually give this a really creamy texture. You won't even notice that there's cauliflower in it. The second one is soaked cashews. We're essentially going to make a cashew cream in the Vitamix as we make our soup. And the third one is nutritional yeast. So if you've never had nutritional yeast, it's actually an inactive yeast. It's really healthy. It's full of fiber and actually B vitamins. This is used a lot in dairy-free cooking. All right, let's head on over to the stove. I'll saute these veggies, add my cauliflower and broccoli, and we'll be ready to go. First up, we'll heat 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in a large Dutch oven. I'll saute my onions until they're soft and translucent, about 2 to 3 minutes. Then add my carrots and my garlic. Then I'll add 2 cups of cauliflower florets and about 3 and a half cups of broccoli florets. Then 3 cups of bone broth or chicken stock, whatever you have on hand. If you want to learn how to make your own homemade bone broth that I highly recommend, check out my episode in series 1 of Elizabeth Eats. You could actually use veggie stock too if you want this to be vegetarian. I'll bring that to a simmer and let everything go for about 15 minutes until it's nice and soft. Then we'll put it all in the Vitamix and make an excellent soup. Okay, I have my sauteed veggies here. And it's really important the order in which you assemble this soup for the final texture of it. So let me show you this. It smells delicious. Woo. You want a high-speed blender for this to get it really smooth. So we'll start with a cup of bone broth or chicken stock right into the Vitamix. And then we'll add our cashews. This is a half a cup of soaked cashews, soaked overnight. Then we'll do a half a teaspoon of sea salt just to flavor it. And then our nutritional yeast. This is 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I'll blend this until it's smooth, and then we'll add half of our veggies. All right, here's where it gets a little tricky, but this is actually quite easy. I'm going to fish out the cauliflower because we want our broccoli to have some texture in our soup, and the cauliflower will make it smooth. We also want to puree this in batches because when you're pureeing anything hot, you never want to fill this to the top because hot liquid expands. So only fill your blender halfway. Let's blend this until it's smooth. Now here's where we want the texture. So what I'll do is pour what I have already into this bowl because my blender's not big enough to fit everything. And then spoon the rest of your broccoli into the blender. I'll just do it this way. Get it all in there. When you do a pureed soup, you want to make sure not to over puree it or else it turns into baby food. So just do a quick puree on this and it'll be excellent texture. So I have all of my broccoli in here and then very carefully pour the liquid in. This is hot, so of course be careful. Always pour it away from you. Right in. Now this is where you want to be careful not to over puree it. So I'm gonna go on low and just pulse it a few times, and maybe for like 2 to 3 seconds, because I want it to have some texture. There we go. Now let's pour it all back in to the pot. This is my creamier version. Get it all in there. This smells so good. And like I said, people won't even miss the cheese. I bet if you make this for someone, they won't even know that there's not any cheese in it, because we've got the flecks of orange from the carrot, and the nutritional yeast makes it look like it has cheese in it as well. So look how much texture this has in it. Woo! You'll get it all over your shirt too, it's fine. All right, there we go. Give it a really good mix to stir those together. This looks perfect. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could smell this. It smells divine. Let's spoon some up in a bowl. All right, time to taste it. It's so good. If you want more recipes like these, head on over to my blog at elizabethrider.com and subscribe to my email list. I'll see you guys next time.